Hi, we're Roy and Karen, and today we're heading on a shopping adventure in our golf cart in the Villages to continue from Brownwood to Lake Sumter.
Perfect.
So you can see what that looks like.
Good job, my honey. Yeah, we're just leaving Brownwood and we're going to be traveling along Buena Vista.
Taking the Buena Vista Boulevard path, and we'll do some zigging and zagging and going through some golf courses and up to Lake Sumter Landing.
Nice.
It's a nice day for it, that's for sure.
According to my watch, it is currently 84 degrees, but according to the golf cart, it's 86 degrees.
Whatever it is, I'm happy.
It's a gorgeous day.
Gorgeous.
This is an interesting place that we're coming to right now because there's so many different places where you can turn off, and depending on where you want to go.
And when we were on our lifestyle visit, we were down that direction on the other side of Brownwood Square, and it took us a little while to figure out how to navigate this. Because one side took us over to the Eisenhower Rec Center, and one side took us over to Evans Prairie, and if you don't get the right direction, you get to go around and go back, or go up and come back. But it's fun. It's all a learning curve.
Well, that's one of the things that we learned a long time ago was it's just fun to go get lost. If you're coming here to the Villages and you're grabbing a golf cart, you're on your lifestyle preview visit, just go out and get lost.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, even if you live here, like us, for the last year and a half, we still get lost.
Yeah.
It's okay. We don't mind.
Some of us more than others.
Remember, I'm the one who's geographically challenged. And that's okay. I don't mind. I'm taking the scenic route, my honey.
Plus, with me being out and about for work and going to different open houses to meet people, I get to traverse all the different neighborhoods more than you do.
Absolutely. I'm just working out of the house, hanging out with the boys.
But it's different. And you learn to navigate by car, and then to navigate by golf cart or bicycle, it's a different route sometimes. But this is definitely our preference, to travel in the golf cart. So that was Eisenhower Rec Center across the street where Governor DeSantis was last week. And then we had the fire station and the Brownwood workshop on our right that we just passed. It's just a neat area. 2 minutes from Brownwood Paddock Square.
Look at all the new flowers. They just got finished planting all new flowers, and from the village in the Villages, top to bottom. And then after I'd say about 2 or 3 weeks, they just start sprouting and growing, and it just looks gorgeous.
And it takes them a while to get from the top to the bottom to redo all those. So it's nice to see the variety as you're driving around.
Yeah, they don't put the same flowers in every flower bed. Apparently, it's hard to make 1.3 million of the exact same flower. So when you're traveling across the Villages, what you'll see is the flowers are changing. Now, I noticed that everybody's getting marigolds. But not everybody is getting those, what I call blue lupine, which is kind of like a purple flower.
So if we continued over there, we could cut over to the Walmart neighborhood market, going through Hillsboro.
Right over that way.
And Charlotte.
And also the Sarasota driving range is over there.
Yeah. Colony Plaza, the rec center, and the shopping area. There's all kinds of stuff down there.
Look how those flowers are taking off. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yep.
Look at that.
It's a happy time for them.
Yeah, and they're getting those blue purpley flowers over here. They're tall. I like them.
Me too. I like purple.
Yes. That's my honey's favorite color, just in case you guys didn't know it.
Right up there with teal.
So we're figuring from Brownwood to Lake Sumter in a golf cart is roughly a half an hour drive.
Yeah.
And then we'll scooch around in the different areas of there, show you the shopping that's available there. What golf course is this? I think I know. But you tell me.
We just passed the sign for it.
Oh, who's reading signs, huh? I'm driving here.
This is one of our favorites, Evans Prairie. We love to go to this country club. It doesn't get you the sunset views from the backside of the restaurant. You can get it from some of the tables in the open air area. But I like to sit in the back and look out over the prairie and see the wildlife.
When we first moved here, this was our go-to restaurant. We had been to so many bad restaurants that when we wanted to eat out or needed to eat out, this would be the place we'd come to because we could count on the food being good.
Now we were in the midst of our eating plan still, so we have very limited choices, and we couldn't do much in the way of fast food. Fried food doesn't do anything for us.
Can't do that.
We had to limit our pickings, but Evans Prairie, we always had some good choices.
But now that we've been here a while, we have figured out a few other good places to go. For example, Prima Steakhouse.
Oh, there's a lot of them that we've discovered now. Harvest. We finally got to go to Bluefin.
That was good.
That was really good. And then our go-to for celebrations, Nancy Lopez. Mm-hmm. We had a great meal at Glenview when we went to see the Hooligans Unplugged.
Right. But if you were looking for, let's just call it a relatively inexpensive dinner, and you didn't want to go to Evans Prairie, what would be your first choice?
My first choice is to cook at home, but...
Okay, that wasn't the question. So I would probably, if I wanted to stay close to home, then I would probably pick the Fenny Grill.
Right, and that's under new ownership now.
Right.
And they've been doing a great job.
Now that may be far for you guys if you live near Brownwood or points north of there. But if you're down in the Fenny area, if you're below 44, the Fenny Grill's a pretty good place.
Yeah. Our neighbors like the Chinese takeout in Magnolia Plaza. It's hard for us because again, not being able to get the breaded food, limiting what we're eating, just doesn't work for us.
And I like Chinese food, but Chinese takeout just doesn't work for me. But
you've been to Reveille Cafe in
Reveille
Magnolia Plaza.
Very good.
I still haven't made it there yet. One day.
Maybe we'll go later today. You said you wanted to eat out today.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get back in time.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's a breakfast and lunch place.
Yeah, that's true.
So we've already zip, and here we are at Buena Vista and 466A, and getting ready to go through the tunnel and out to the golf course.
Yeah, Turtle Mountain, right across the street.
We're already almost halfway there.
And
it goes so fast.
And it's not even been 10 minutes yet.
Now, this last part, we're probably going to wind around a bit. We have more intersections to cover and more crossings and more opportunities to learn patience. Have you been praying for that again?
Not me.
We get to watch the sandhill cranes in the meantime. The pair with the young'uns.
Oh, you know what? One of the things we haven't talked about are the gates. The gates for getting in and out of each of the villages. For example, we have a gate that takes us into and out of Hammock and Finney. And
Most days.
when it,
They were gone yesterday.
well, we had a little accident there, but stay on topic with me, honey. When it's raining and you have your enclosure down,
I'm trying to repeat that. It was loud.
so if it's raining and you have your enclosure down and you come to one of these gates, you have to unzip your enclosure and stick your hand out there and push the button to
With your
open.
key card.
Use your key card to push the red button to get the gate to come up. Well, we finally had enough of that, and we had somebody put one of these little smart sensors on our side view mirror, and so all we have to do is get close to where that push button is, and it automatically senses our key card.
Yeah, as long as we go slow enough to give it a moment.
And then the gate rises up. We haven't talked about that. I'm going to put the phone number for Shirley, who did them for us. I think she charges like $25 per chip, and she did a really good job. I've seen other people do them, and they're kind of ratty looking. And she actually put one on our car, our regular car, and she put it behind the mirror of the side view mirror, so you can't really see it. We
But
know it's there,
still there. It should be red.
and it works. So whether we're in a golf cart or we're in our car, when it's raining, we don't have to get wet. Just another one of those little silly little conveniences that you don't think about when you first move here. You go, I don't need that.
Well, and also a lot of people talked about doing it, and then we started getting word that they might be changing our access cards, and we weren't sure that the chips would still apply if we had new cards, and we didn't want
They
to.
will work. We're not getting new access cards. We're just getting new access readers over time. The Villages is talking about changing out the machines to something a little bit more high tech, so they can get a little bit more information. That's what I understand anyway. So where are we now? Any idea?
Wait till we see the sign.
It's hard to tell where you are because the signs are always behind us.
That was the Village of St. Charles, I believe.
Okay. So this is right between the sixes. Almost like right in the middle of the sixes, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Lots of golf courses here, several country clubs, pools everywhere.
Lots of country clubs. What, like a half a dozen country clubs within a couple of miles of where we are right now? It's pretty crazy what they did in this area.
This is another regional rec center that we're about to come up to.
Is this Seabreeze?
This is Seabreeze. So many amenities. Nothing like it. I talk to people all the time. It's like, I spend $500 a month for my HOA fee, and I don't have even a 20th of what's here. And it's nothing like this.
And I think they just raised our amenity fee, and so I think we're maybe like $174 or something like that.
The going rate for people, $189.
For the people who are just moving in.
Yeah, and eventually people all catch up because
Right.
it's the cost, and we all know what costs are doing these
That
days. Have you
means-
been to the grocery store?
That means next year we'll be at 189.
Yeah.
It's all based upon when you moved in, when you closed. I can't help but say it, honey. It's a beautiful day today.
Yeah. Nice, relaxing, chilling kind of day. But we're driving around. We have internet coverage, so if we need directions, no problem. Our cell coverage is good.
Who needs directions?
You got me, baby.
That's good to know.
Somebody came to visit.
We just got finished with love bug season. Cross your fingers, we're done. It wasn't that bad this year. Not like last year. Last year was crazy.
Yeah, there was a ton of them last year.
But that only means it'll be really bad next year because they didn't all bloom. So they're saving it up for next year.
I don't know what makes it ebb and flow. But something was different between the 2 years.
Well, it's kind of like in Texas. Sometimes the bluebonnets have a great year, and sometimes they skip a year.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a super bloom.
Same thing, the poppies out in California.
Absolutely.
And all the wildflowers out in the desert. They had an amazing year this year. So much rain.
Yeah.
And actually, some years having too much rain can put a damper on the blossoms. We're cruising along Buena Vista. We're on the other side of it from where we started.
Right.
And eventually we'll go back over there again. Just kind of winding our way along. I love it. And when we were shopping for homes, we were looking at
just
these homes,
thinking about that.
thinking, oh my gosh, they're right next to Buena Vista, they're right next to Morse, and that's a busy street. What's it going to be like? And we realized after we had spent some time here, no problem. It's just no problem.
So should I go under here?
Nope, keep going.
Well, right now is not snowbird season. Right now snowbirds have gone home. So there's no traffic on Buena Vista.
And even when there is, it's 35 miles an hour. It's the hopeful speed limit for some. And the time of day makes a big difference. You know, is there even any reason for people to be out and about? And later, when things are settling down, it's hardly any traffic. 466 and 466A and 44 may all have more traffic than Buena Vista or Morse.
Well, that's true. But
even then, not at nighttime.
We thought that when we were getting priced out, that we might have to live in one of these homes over here that are facing Buena Vista because they are a little bit less money because they do back up to a main drag. But we had resigned ourselves if that's what it took, that we would do it.
Yeah.
And at least that would get us to the villages, and then we could work on getting into our dream home later. Remember, real estate markets are cyclical, so what comes up must come down.
And look at, it's Saturday, 11:10 a.m. This is the traffic. It's just not a problem.
But in the big picture, I'm glad that it didn't come to that. I'm glad that we were able to get new construction for less money than these homes over here are going for.
That's an interesting dynamic, how that goes. People get their homes here and they do so many improvements to them that your pre-owned homes end up costing more than the new homes do.
It was one of those weird things that it took me a while to grasp that for all intents and purposes, new construction comparison to an equal pre-owned home is going to be a lot less.
For the things that we were looking at, I think for most things, but I'm guessing all segments of the market experience the same thing.
Now, we're in this area right here by Odell Circle. We're somewhere right around here.
Yeah,
and
Bailey Trail and Odell Circle.
And gosh darn it, I'm pretty good at this stuff. I remember thinking we might have to move into a designer home over here. I saw a few that were in our budget.
And there's nothing wrong with those homes, except we really wanted to have the fencing for the dogs.
Backyard. And I'm so glad we got the backyard.
Yeah. I guess if we were retired, it'd be no big deal. Just leash up and take them out. But we're not retired. And it's nice to be able to
just open the door and let them out. And then if my phone rings, my work phone, I just go back and leave the boys outside in the backyard. And they just lie down on the grass and take a snooze.
So we just passed the entrance to the Sunset Point Village, which is different from Sunset Point on the bridge over Lake Sumter.
Are we getting waved at?
Yep. And that's Lake Neona Recreation Center that we just went by. They just opened up that new beautiful pathway.
Oh, yes,
We're gonna see that in a minute.
They spent a lot of money on that little path.
They don't. The villages are listening to what people want and need, and they're doing what they can. I mean,
they put the money in.
It's amazing what they've done for us here.
When we start going further up north, maybe we'll drive by some of the renovated rec centers. They just got finished building a brand new one up there.
The first responders. Yeah.
And then they're working on the
Hacienda Villas.
Yeah. They just keep improving and improving.
Yeah. The Blondie's open air restaurant modeled after Sawgrass Grove.
Well, that's a bar. It's not a restaurant.
Or bar area that they're going to have in the Spanish Springs area. I mean, it's just constantly doing what they can do for us. It's really nice. But look at this place.
Well, this is the kind of thing that I saw online on some other YouTubers' videos.
Hi, Jerry and Linda.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. And I said, this is where I want to live. Look at this. But it turns out that we have some of this same beauty down south by us, and we can have new.
Yeah, I've seen this spread throughout a lot of different areas here. There's areas of the live oaks and the Spanish moss and just beautiful settings that have been preserved.
So, honey, here we are.
We're going through the Stillwater Trail tunnel, and we can go left or right to Lake Sumter Landing. I would say go right. Just like that, you're there. So if I were to commute from home to my office here, it takes me an hour. I've done it, and it's an amazingly enjoyable experience.
Yeah, but it's a whole lot easier to take the car. Do it half the time.
Half the time. Don't have to be concerned what my hair looks like when I get to work.
But sometimes if I need the car to get to a doctor's appointment, that's not accessible by golf cart. So Karen will leave the car for me, and she'll take the golf cart to work.
And my friend now lives at the halfway point, so it gives me an opportunity to visit and catch up with her.
But now I'm going to need you here to direct me to where the shopping is.
So we're headed straight into it when we make a left here. Now, right in front of us is all the healthcare facilities. Not all of them, but a lot of the healthcare facilities. It's Lake Sumter Landing.
There's also Citizens First Bank over there.
Mm-hmm. That's the Saturday teller booth that's open. And then down the way is the Winn-Dixie.
Oh, is that down there?
Yeah.
Then that's where we want to go.
Okay.
Take us to the big stores.
to get in the golf cart lane. So Roy goes to Citrus Cardiology, and that's their Lake Sumter Landing location here. So a lot of the medical facilities are accommodating people, and they have multiple locations closer to where they are. So I went to the dermatologist here to have some of my boo-boos removed because it was close to my work.
So what's in here?
So that's wealth management, and the next one over is Winn-Dixie, and that's the only thing in there.
That's the only thing in here,
Yeah.
so we won't go in there.
And then if we make a left at the signal, or we can go straight through and come around from the end.
Where's the Barnes & Noble?
That way.
Let's go that way.
Okay. So this is Lake Sumter Landing. People coming up on Morse are going to come in this direction. The sales office is right here. Rental cars, bank, wealth advisors. All the financial things are grouped together over here. But the hairdresser that I went to is one block over, and the restaurants are here.
Okay, so we're out of the financial district now.
Here's lots of the restaurants
Looks
on
like
the
a
square.
new restaurant. Paradise Grill.
Mm-hmm.
Is that new?
It is.
And the other side is what? What restaurant is
Panera.
that? Panera.
And here's the sales center.
And which way am I going now?
Left, if you want to stay on the square. Right takes you out to Lighthouse Grill.
Okay, Lighthouse Grill is to our right.
This is where I do my daily strolls to take my break at work.
This is the square where the music takes place. Over here is the radio station and a Haagen-Dazs and a RJ Gators right
and
there.
Red sauce on our
Red
left.
sauce up there, which is amazing. We had some
good.
pizza, some cauliflower crust pizza over there.
And Cody's is coming up.
There's Cody's over there.
Chop House is on the other street. The parallels
Chop
us
House
here.
is right there.
Waterfront Inn in front of us. And then we're at the end. You'll have to dig back around if you want to see Barnes & Noble.
I want to see Barnes & Noble. What else is over there?
So Barnes & Noble, the back entrance is on next to Chop House. So
There it is.
So a lot of the bike clubs will meet in this parking lot and take off from here.
So there's the Barnes & Noble.
Looks like we've got a golf cart club meeting.
Okay, I'm going to find us a nice shade. Oh, nice. Find us a nice shady spot.
People come up here, they can get food, they can get restaurants, groceries, they can get golf carts. There's a golf cart store in every one of the centers. There's gas here if you need it for the golf cars. Bookstore we just saw, all kinds of shopping, clothing and knickknacks, furniture, you name it. They've covered a lot of bases here.
Thanks for watching. This was Shopping the Villages by Golf Cart, video number 3. And right over here, I'll put a playlist of all the other Shopping by Golf Cart videos. In the meantime,
We appreciate you traveling with us.
see ya.